hottest #1 podcast. I don't even know if we call it a podcast out of Houston, Texas, though. A real one. Definitely want to get on that too, man. Dirt's much love, brother. So look, we're gonna get into this right now, man. I was kind of bored. My daughter's at the movies, and you see the title. Yeah, yes, I do. But I still have yours, and I'm gonna call you. So that's for sure. And I'll call you after I finish with the live if you want to. It'll be a 409 number. Make sure you answer. Life of a felon. Shout out to Corpus. So look, check this out. I'm gonna cut all this out of the video, and I'm gonna start right here on the real actual video, right? Houston rapper Big Tony. If you don't know who he is, young cat from the north side. Big Tony is a underground street legend at a young age. Not really much commercial success that I know about, but he definitely got some videos in the millions. You ask anybody around here who he is, they know about him. Excuse me. I'm getting sick, y'all. Big Tony is the first Houston rapper I ever seen in my life come out and just tell the truth and stand on business with SPM. Shocked me, right? Because in our reality, we know rap is a lot of entertainment. And first and foremost, it's a business. I appreciate that tune. Thank you. It's a business. So people got to make business decisions, right? These men are highly invested. They got people investing money in them. They got it going on and making a lot of money. And when somebody is influential like SPM, somebody that probably is fixing to come home, yeah, they need them. Every Houston rapper wants to feature from SPM when he gets out. All of them want to be on his tour with him. Everybody hopes he puts them on the album because he is the #1 Hispanic rapper in the world, weirdo or not. You know what I mean? Weirdo or not, for some damn reason, he's the #1. And Big Tony, I feel like, is standing on business. And everybody that doesn't support that weirdo type shit, we need to support Big Tony. But I'm wondering if he's not committing suicide right now. You know, what a career suicide. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. What the pool the Dope House record still has, the money they still can put out there, the success that they're fixing to have when he gets freed. Man, Tony might have did better keeping his mouth closed. I don't know, and I hate to say that. Right? Because as it stands, I was the first person with any type of platform in Texas to come out and just call him like it was with dude. But I'm not a musician. Nothing to do with anything I do in life. It has nothing to do with rap. No performances, no shows, nothing like that. Nothing. So I wasn't worried about doing it, right? You think he goes too hard? I hope so. I hope so. Them Cali boys made a big fuss over SPM, I guess. Who Swifty Blue and what's that other dude? Lefty Gunplay or some shit. Yeah, they made a big deal about SPM not being able to come out there. But the cats in Northern Cal still rock with them, so we're gonna see. So shit, his biggest supporters, Gold Toes, Northern Cal, GT Digital, has always been Baby Bash. Baby Bash right now has been kind of like changing his tune, and he's been, I don't know how you say, kind of like backing it up. He's made some anti-Chomo comments on social media. One of my friends showed me, saying he don't support it now, but all them years and all them interviews, he always said free SPM and he was innocent and all that. Nah, I wouldn't let him babysit nothing. Hell no. His fans are fanatical though. Listen, man, I can't deny the man's talent. I can't deny his success. His fans are fanatical. And to be honest with you, he's the only performer I've seen whose fans act like they'll fist fight you over that dude. Well, no, I'm gonna say that. So his fans act like they'll probably pull your hair and scratch over him. That's kind of the vibe it gives me. But they act like they want to really get physical over their favorite Chomo rapper. It's weird. LB salute. FLD. Yeah, yeah, he's in PC. He's in PC. You know what, Angelo? It ain't nothing like Michael Jackson fans though. That's the crazy part. Michael Jackson fans, I don't know. I never seen a Michael Jackson fan that'll fight you behind that. All right. I never seen a Michael Jackson fan that will sit there. Maybe they exist now. There's some. Mike was the biggest performer in the '80s. Oh shit, since Jackson 5, right? So they might be out there, but I personally never seen one. I never even seen too many people like willing to just argue that he was innocent. It was kind of obvious that he was weird. They always say Elvis. What Elvis had a young wife. His fans will admit it. SPM has only fans that'll fight you and scream that he's innocent. You know what I mean? It's like it means something to him. LB, thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Jose C. Hell yeah, he's gonna sell out shows for sure. He's becomes some type of martyr. All the rappers that are SPM's age, there's maybe one or two that's still semi-relevant. Probably Lil Flip, Lil Kiki, but that's about it. You know what I mean? If SPM would have never went to prison, he'd be fizzled out right now. But the fact that he became some type of weird, strange martyr, it just boosted him up more and more. And then he kept dropping songs from the cell. Yeah, true that. Like before social, well, yeah. So before social media came out, that's when all the rumors and everything spread about the girl working in the strip club and all that type of stuff that later we see isn't true and everything. And he is up for parole. What in like October? I think somebody wrote. The thing about a Texas parole system is if he makes parole, you got to understand that that will be him admitting guilt and admitting remorse because that's two of the requirements to make parole. I don't think anybody that I've ever heard of has made parole by claiming innocence, right? And you got to do what you got to do if you're in there. If you're not guilty, you'd still go in there and say that you did it just to get out, I guess. But excuse me, I really am getting sick. It's crazy. But anyway, Puff Daddy gonna sign SPM. Now that'd be a hell of a collab, wouldn't it? Diddy dancing in the back on stage at a SPM concert. Oh yeah, Mark. That's beyond sick, right? He literally said himself over and over again on that Donnie Houston interview. Shout out to Donnie Houston that he thought he had HIV when he made his kids, when he was molesting kids, when he was sleeping with fans, taking them in the limo, taking them home. He thought he was HIV positive the whole time. Life of a felon, yeah. So if he makes parole, he still got to go to that course class thing. I think it's 9 months. So he'll be there. You got to wait to catch chain, probably be 45 days or something if he's lucky. Go over there for 9 months. So, yep, there's a good chance he's home June 2025, though. LB, that's what even made me originally make the very first video about SPM was I was on some California YouTube channels and they were on my ass about Texas people supporting SPM. And I said, we don't. And then I made the video, I started looking into it and realized, oh shit, most of these Texas people are vocal about supporting the man. I dug up some of the facts and all that and found some articles, made the video, and see what if what happened to me, and it is happening. So I'll talk about Big Tony some more. I'm sorry, let me get back into Big Tony, right? Where I even noticed this was on Big Tony's Facebook page. Big Tony has a Facebook page with a bunch of people following him. And he posted a picture. It was a screenshot of his IG where he said something about SPM being a chavala or some shit like that, some kind of Spanish word, right? And he posted that, and the blowback on that was crazy. Everybody was on Tony's ass, right, supporting SPM, which is to be expected. Like I said, SPM #1 rapper. His fans are weird, so they're gonna ride or die, scratch, pull hair. SPM fan will probably bite you over SPM. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So anyway, then I see a post that's come through my shit. I don't even follow this shit, I guess, because I follow Big Tony. It was the page name is SPM on Facebook. It says somebody SPM and Houston, right? And it was spelled HOUSTONE. And Tony left a comment that said, "Keep Houston out your fucking mouth." And boy, that set it off right there. Man, they was on his ass. They started getting on my ass in the comments. They're the ones that even inspired this video, right? So it's crazy. Big Tony's a youngster. Big Tony's a underground Houston rapper. That's pretty damn major, independent. And Tony is one of them cats, right, that's really out there in the streets. Tony's into the cars. Every time you see like a block party, MLK, everything on the north side, anytime everybody's outside, Tony's out there in that purple convertible. So he's on the scene. Ain't like he's talking shit and hiding anywhere. You know, he's out there every single week. You'll see Tony out there. You'll have trouble finding a youngster in Houston, probably in Texas nowadays, that don't know who Big Tony is. And let me tell you something. This is where it gets complicated, right? So I forgot I wanted to talk about this. Houston and that music shit and everything around here is so complicated and so split and divided by SPM. It's crazy because I've said it a million times on this channel, right? I've known Peso, the hardest essay ever. I've known him since he was young. His daddy is my homie. And Peso, biggest song is to an SPM beat. I seen him on the phone talking to SPM not too long ago, right? I fuck with Peso on some personal shit. That's his right if he wants to support SPM. Ain't my fucking business. And he knows I'm gonna come on my platform saying this type of shit, right? So they were on Tony's ass. Tony rocks with Trey the Truth. Everybody in Houston is mad at Trey the Truth because of the Zero situation. Big Tony is rocking with him, but guess what? Trey the Truth got a video where he says free SPM. That's his homie. It's complicated, and that ain't none of Big Tony's business, right? I mean, it's wild down here. Like, these rappers stay screaming free SPM because they want them fans, period. And like I said, they want the features when he gets out. They want to be opening shit. One of these Houston rappers will make more money opening up for SPM on his first tour than they ever made. You can bet that. That's how major the dude is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Jesse, salute, man. Look, the H going to ride with Tony, but all the out-of-town weirdos that really don't know the truth, don't really know what's happening, they're on his ass riding with the weirdo. And I just don't want to see what happened to me happen to Tony, right? Like, it didn't affect me in any type of way. If anything, the people that hate you the most watch you the most. But it really, truly made some people that I've never met a day in my life hate me, right? Like, literally hate me because they support him, which is weird, right? I just told you shit. People hang around that one person don't, one person does. But these strangers out here will hate you because you tell the truth. Yeah, Mark, hell yeah. Rojas, what's the deal? Tim Snow, number respect for Vallejo. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, respect to Big Tony for real. That's what I'm saying. So if you don't know who Big Tony is and y'all see this, make sure you type it in and check it out, because Big Tony is the first one that got any nuts. And I'll just say it like that, right? Big Tony put standing on business, real man shit. Big Tony probably got daughters, if you want to know the truth. Big Tony probably got a niece that he loves, he's close to, or he's probably got some daughters. And he couldn't do that, right? He had to come out and keep it real. So I don't know. It's a crazy situation. But we got some more people watching me. Y'all tell me, do y'all think Tony just committed suicide with his career? Or is Tony gonna be all right here? Because the way I seen people cult follow this man, they're gonna pick a side, right? SPM has the biggest Hispanic following in the world, and Big Tony probably ain't gonna have any play from any of his fans ever again. But at the same time, Big Tony's music is mostly listened to by black people, so maybe Tony don't even give a damn, right? Tasha, salute. Good afternoon, y'all. Rob G, salute. Yeah, so Tony's fans, he's a Hispanic rapper, but his fans are black, so yeah, maybe it won't even affect him at all. Hopefully he gets some attention. Tony say the right thing in the right place, he'll go viral. And he deserves it, you know what I'm saying? Me, yo, yeah, I think, man, listen, Tony gonna be all right for sure. Tony is talented. If he ain't nothing else, Tony is talented, right? When I went on Donnie Houston podcast, Tony was on it, I think a few days afterwards doing the interview too. Jose Rios, look at that, in Mexico jamming Big Tony. Rob G, Tony just said he ain't down with that, man. That he's standing on business and he ain't rocking with the child molester rapper. And Tony's the first Houston rapper I've ever heard say that. And I had to give big respect to him, right? I wanted to make a video and let people know that this is the first man ever in the industry to come out and say that. And then you got to ask yourself, why? Why would he be the first one when this shit is this old? Why does everybody still scream free SPM? Why are all the rappers cool with this shit? Surely these rappers got daughters, right? Surely these rappers have little sisters, little nieces. Man, they say you got to sell your soul to be in the industry. It's for real, right? To me, screaming free SPM, trying to get on his good side is real similar to wearing a dress for a movie. Feels about the same. I'd probably rather come on YouTube in a dress and a wig like Medea before I said free SPM. Rest in peace, Pimp C. No, hell no. It's never occurred to me that he's innocent. Not at all. Larry said, that's what I don't want to say, right? I don't want to come on here and slander people's name or catch me no lawsuit. But you said these rappers doing the same kind of shit. I hope not. Right? They're already dropping this music that's fucking our kids' minds up, having us want to be gangsters, want to tote the stick and smoke on the op pack and do all this old crazy shit. You know what I mean? Hopefully they're not touching them too. Bada bing, salute, man, to the Southern Cal. Shout out to my homeboy Wack Deuce from San Diego. Miss Cyan, salute. Yeah, I mean, like I said now, right? I do believe, so I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I do believe a whole bunch of the rappers that have screamed free SPM over the years didn't mean it. They just did it because they felt the pressure to do it. And I'll tell you something too that so I ain't gonna say his name in this video and tie him to this, but one of my homeboys been a rapper for 30 years, got a gold album, right? He said it a long time ago that when they do shows, that a lot of times the Hispanics and the whites are at the shows more than the damn blacks for the rappers because they go to these small towns and they're trying like hell not to alienate any of his fans for any reason, right? Because the fans cross over. SPM was down with them Houston screwed up dudes, and They don't want to lose them. And I understand from a business perspective. I understand, but I would rather just keep my mouth closed about it. Right? Wouldn't answer. If I was a rapper and I felt like it was going to affect my career, they asked me about that, I'd probably just say no comment. Look, Tony has his own follow and he's keeping screw alive. No one can take that from him. Anyone jam screw, I'm sure listen to him. You know what, man? Listen, I didn't know about Big Tony till a few years ago. Shout out to my little kinfolk, C-Ray from Texas City. Little C-Ray put me on Big Tony. He posted some shit about him or posted a song or something about him on Facebook. And I think he knows him if I ain't mistaken. And C-Ray is my real cousin's baby daddy. So when he posted him, C-Ray can actually rap, make music. And it made me want to go listen. I was like, oh yeah, this youngster's hard. Then you see him in the car game, really on the block, really out there. Tony's one of the few rappers that I still like, if you want to know the truth. I don't really like the drug dealing and all that bullshit no more. But I like the fact that he's really rapping and living like he's living. Even though I would love to see the young man cross to a level where he don't never be in the ghetto again. You know what I mean? He deserves a big deal. He deserves that big record deal where he ain't never got to go back to the hood. He'll probably get it too. Bada bing, we're trying to get him obsolete in Texas too. SPM is the number one selling Hispanic rapper in the world, and it's not just from Texas. It takes all 50 states and everywhere else to make that happen, though. You better believe it. And he was going viral on TikTok. People from everywhere. The propaganda was so tough. What really happened was they put out the story about the 13-year-old girl working at the strip club themselves. Well, alleged they did. I believe they put it out themselves to distract everybody, right? Not that a 13-year-old girl working at a strip club even makes sense. It doesn't. But we all fell for the story, right? Because we heard it from so many different places. And not that even makes it even better. Like, I don't give a damn where you meet a 13-year-old young girl at. It's not cool. Tim, I got a question. People go in on SPM to glorify cartels when there are all types of news media on that. So, DJ Big Red Cunts, what's up, bro? So, listen, here's the honest truth. If somebody's glorifying cartels, they probably don't know what a cartel really is about. You know what I mean? Or they're fucking mentally ill. Cartels are violent. They terrorize people. They'll chop people's heads off. They kidnap Americans, hold them for ransom. They literally run towns by death and destruction. You know what I mean? If somebody's glorifying a cartel, they never been to Mexico. I'll put it like that, right? Crazy as fuck. Now, are a lot of people fascinated? My bad. I know that. I don't even know why I said that. Look, on some bullshit. My fault. Uh, yeah, if somebody is glorifying that type of life, they never experienced it, right? They never uh did it. Tasha, so Baby Bash, one of my friends, shout out to my friend Big Mike. Big Mike sent me some screenshots where when Capone E was going in on SPM, Capone E is their Middle Eastern rapper that's from California. He was going in on a little campaign on SPM, and Baby Bash actually hearted one of his posts on IG about it, and then he posts some other shit saying that he didn't or he doesn't support child predators or something like that. But no, he never actually came out and denounced SPM or what happened or anything. Baby Bash was actually part of the propaganda, right? And I played that video when I did SPM Exposed Part 2. I played the video of SPM's son, the son of that 13-year-old girl, yelling and screaming and angry at Baby Bash for his DJ Vlad interview where he was calling his mom the stripper and all this other shit, saying how it's not true. Baby Bash wasn't around back then. He shouldn't be saying that. But since Baby Bash was part of their camp, he was pushing that line. You know what I mean? And there's no going back on that, Baby Bash. If you see this shit, and I'm sure you probably will, there's no going back on that, bro. Hey, Rich, Baby Bash fixing to come. I mean, SPM fixing to come back and move bigger than he ever used to. The dude he's grown so much in popularity. When SPM was rapping, man, he was real small time in the free world. I mean, he was making some M's. Don't get me wrong, but as far as the music industry, compared to something like Jay-Z, compared to Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, man, he was small time. His incarceration in all these years and campaigning literally has made him a legend now, right? I don't know how many fans realize he's an SPM. I mean, in a PC. So look, check this out. Somebody said something about going in on SPM but glorifying the cartel. A lot of his fans talk gangster. They really, really, really talk and type like they're thugs and they're gangsters and convicts and all this. But the man is in PC, right? No convict code in the world, no gangster code in the world, no street code in the world allows you to be cool or support or be a fan of a man in protective custody for any reason whatsoever, right? Yeah, I do have some Astros heads, Cameron, for sure. Thank you. Do you feel what I'm saying? Like y'all talking like you're gangster, like you're fans, and then he's in PC. That don't make no sense. See, mom, what's up? Oh, salute, cuz G Town in this bitch. You know what? I seen that interview you did with Dusty Vision TV, man. Shout out to Dusty Vision TV. That's my dude right there. I've known him for a few years, and I didn't know you was coming on his channel. That was legit. I like that, right? Simon, yeah. Well, this is the We Don't Rock with SPM channel, dog. He had too many victims, and we just can't support it. We don't like to bash on him too often. Every now and then we will, Big Tony. But the whole point to this video though was because you tell me. Uh, yes, we do. We sure do. Do you think SPM just committed career suicide by going in on do you think he just committed career suicide by going in on SPM? And Christina Grant said I should not do interviews with PC either. To the best of my knowledge, I have never done an interview with somebody PC that I can think of. And if I did, it don't matter because guess what? I'm not on here claiming to be a gangster. I'm not on here claiming to be active and about that business and uh, about that life, right? This whole entire channel is about not being about that life, about staying out of trouble. So if I did, I mean, I really don't give a damn, but I don't think I did. Pueblo Bishop, Black Mexican. Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. PTB. Oh, yeah. Come on, Marco. Salute to my brother down there in Mexico. The Blast is the one that put the man in PC. There's actually a cat repping ATX that went in talking about how much he supports SPM, and he's lucky I didn't react to his video. Because if I would have reacted to his video, I would have ate his ass alive. Christian salute, man. Marco, you got it, man. You know what? We need to run that back with me and you did, man. We just need to do it under a little better circumstances. It'll be cool. He say DQ Hunger Buster. You know what? Yeah. I did watch an interview somebody sent me that SPM's daughter did with SPM while he was in prison recently. And she asked him where he wanted to go eat when he got out. And man, I could tell he had the real life convict prisoner inmate answer, right? He said Golden Corral. When he said Golden Corral, his daughter cringed and was like, ugh, Dad, not Golden Corral. Like, that's too low class, right? Man, you've been in prison 25 fucking years. Yeah, you'd rather go to Golden Corral because you want to take one bite of everything. You might even spit all that shit out. One taste everything on the buffet. She want to take him to Fogo de Chao. Better take that man to Golden Corral. Mr. Mendez. Yeah, Tony. So yeah. I mean, that ain't even hating what you just said, right? But Tony ain't a small town rapper. Tony's a big name in the fourth largest city in America, though. So you calling him a small town rapper, that's really disrespectful and a little jab. You know what I mean? And no, it does not matter if he supports SPM. What I'm wondering is how bad is it going to hurt him now that he spoke out against him? Southwest Houston, salute, man, to all the homies over there. I see they've been cracking down on the Bissonnet on the hustle spot. Christian SPM probably. So I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna say he's first meal when he gets home. He probably wants another 9-year-old, but I'm gonna let him make it, right? I never seen what Simon if he answered about it messing up his career. Yeah, I really think it's gonna catch. So if anything, right, Tony's views, Tony's reaction to his posts, everything's gonna be sky high, just because they're gonna come in there riding for SPM. As long as he can handle it and know it's part of the business, shit, just relax and enjoy that, because it will happen. Bel Air and Hillcroft. Man, you know what? Back in the day, I had a homegirl that was used to rock with them Southwest Cholos. Man, I ain't heard about them in years. I wonder if they're still over there. Brett, what's up? Salute, man. I'm just tapping in. I just seen this big Tony versus SPM thing going on. I seen them on Facebook. SPM fans riding down hard on Tony. I don't know if Tony knew the blowback was going to be like it is, because you have to use common sense, right? You're a man. You think it's normal to come out and say, "Man, F a chomo," and you come out and say it, then all of a sudden you got a million people that hate you. It's hard to understand. That's some confusing shit to a human being. Look, Kuwait is not a deployment. Just got one. That's what I was hoping too, right? I was hoping Big Tony get some fans watching this. RRG, I met the love of my life on this and this. Probably only cost $40 too. Man, you got lucky, huh? See, Mark, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah, no, yeah. Tony seems solid. Tony's cool. You know what I mean? Tony's just a regular old cat, and that's pretty much all Tony acts like is just a regular old cat, and that's what's cool about him. Yeah, the Glen. Yeah, that's what he reps too on North Side. Yeah, Big Tony. So Big Tony is a North Side rapper with the South Side swag, right? And that's got him standing out a little bit. And like I say, Marco, every time anything's jumping off, Tony's in the spot. He's right there. So I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes. Bissonnet is probably the man number 3 blade in the country with the hookers out there in Houston. Angelo, with SPM, first of all, he had one of the best lawyers in Texas on his case. Then he had top notch appeal lawyers, lost all the appeals. I mean, we're not going to debate if he did it or not. And if it wasn't a 9-year-old, it was all the other ones. So, I mean, we know that. Raul, I don't think anything is online about it at all, right? I typed in online Big Tony versus SPM and nothing popped up. I just know Big Tony made a post on his IG and he reposted it on his Facebook. And I seen the comment he made on the SPM page telling him, "Tell you Stone, keep you Stone out your mouth," because Big Tony reps Tongo blast, and he's a fire deuce hoover that was blasting when he was locked up. He was telling him keep that shit out of his mouth, and that's what caught my attention. Because to say one thing, right, and feel all that blowback was a trip. But then when I seen him double down on that shit after he got the blowback, that's when I knew he was for real with it. Right? Think about it. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. North Side Mexican. So, the real difference about it is I've never known a black person that had an SPM tape, right? SPM crossed over to the Hispanic and white fans, and Big Tony fans are probably mostly black. So they have a totally different audience. So maybe it won't hurt Tony like I'm thinking it might. You know what I mean? Marco, they said SPM is going to do a collab with Diddy when he gets out. You're going to have Puff Daddy in the stage dancing in the back. That's crazy, huh? Y'all drop y'all's locations in here, man. Let me know where y'all. I see a bunch of H-Town in here right now. And we are cruising to 75,000 subscribers, y'all. We're getting up there. We need to get a little bit more active, getting back in the algorithm. With YouTube, man, is if you don't create videos, if you don't upload stuff, boy, they knock your ass out that algorithm. It don't matter how big your channel is. It'll just dwindle down, dwindle down. RRG, thank you. That's what I said. Listen, I know. Hell yeah, he was serious. And then when I seen him double down on it, right? That's when I knew he was serious. And that's when I knew that it was going to be even more blowback because that wasn't just no one-time thing. Telephone Rose, shout out to the Southeast. Man, I had a homeboy from Indigo Falls, man, a white dude named Lanky. You know what? Shout out Lanky. Shout out that boy Icy Mike from Baytown. Mike hollered at me on TikTok recently. See Mon, see the terrorists. Big Tony keep it classy. Yeah, listen, Tony saying one of his raps, this what H-Town supposed to sound like. Them rims are called elbows, swingers. And so people don't understand. See Mon right there. He's a little younger than I am, but I remember somebody in Galveston's mama got ran in and killed over a pair of them rims, like early '90s. They would come in your house and kill you back in the day for them rims because they were very limited. They were only made 2 years, '83 and '84. And by the '90s, when they were really coveted, they were rare. So there was just a limited number of the rims, right? And you see them everywhere now. They got remade, and they're still the thing to have, but they don't have that same on the same status level, I guess you say, because to ride them back in the day, you had to be a real life killer to keep them, and that's where the kind of the reputation came from. Shout out to Dickinson. Okay. Man, you know what? That little Chinese restaurant right there by that park where they do the light festival of lights in Dickinson. I love that little place. Can't remember the name. 517. So the ones they have now, yeah, those are remade, right? And they stick out far as hell. The ones back in the day, they poked out, but they weren't nothing like these ones they have now. Tyler, Texas. Shout out, salute Vic. The Valorous Dong. Boy, that's a name for your ass right there, ain't it? So you know what? I ain't gonna call him Slab God or Slab King or nothing, but you see Tony out there in his slab more often than you see anybody riding around in his car. He's the rapper that's on the scene. Tony be out there riding by himself. Oh yeah, shout out to Blood on the Razor Wire. When Chad first started his channel, I was the one sharing it out for him, helping him get started. You'll see a whole bunch of subscribers on both channels that follow both of us. I got a video with Blood on the Razor Wire on this channel. Y'all need to drop him some comments and tell him it's time to put Tim Snow on his channel. That'd be dope. Kiki being that red drop. Yeah, Kiki's is nice too. You know it really is. Kiki's a little older though, so you know he's gonna be a little more a little more off the scene than Tony. Tony's still enjoying it and having fun being Big Tony. That's something too that I like about Big Tony, right? Big Tony, you could tell he's having fun being Big Tony, and that's important, especially when you rapping, man. Rapping is a game where they die, where they might go fed, they might do all kind of crazy shit. So you better enjoy it while you can. So that's what I like seeing. That's what I hope this shit here, him standing on business and saying the righteous thing. I hope it don't take some of the fun out of it for Tony when he got to deal with all these crazy ass fans. Yeah, yeah. You want to follow Big Tony? Shout out. Yeah, that's what's up. Okay. Yeah, Big Tony. I don't even know how Playa del Carmen. And where's that? Mexico? Hey, Big Cartoon is a real one too. You know what? Cartoon did some content with the homies in Dallas and the homie right here from Galveston County. He did some videos with excuse me with OG Hollywood and CEO Hockley. And that's something I like about Cartoon, right? Cartoon will work with people, network with folks and stuff. He's a good storyteller too. And Cartoon blew up quick too. Cartoon is a California Crip that did I think 20 years in Alabama like a fish out of water. And he's got some videos talking about it. And the exact same thing would happen to any man going to a different system. And Cartoon is the one from Cali that really tells it like I always said, right? Like them guys really don't want to come to these prisons in the South where they're working in the fields and everything is still slavery, like, and that's what happened to him. Christian Big Tony, I don't want to quote him, right? Big Tony just been going in on him. Uh, Told him keep you stone out of his mouth, and asked in public why ain't nobody touched his ass yet, right? Like Big Tony is standing on it. He's got several posts. Mario Garcia, I don't know. Yeah, he's on lock. He's still locked up. What is it, 2024? His sentence, they sent him to R Red Unit. Saucy D, shout out my brother Saucy D. He's on R Red Unit. He ain't even been there too long. And you know, R Red Unit is about as far away as you can get from Galveston in Texas, man. It's like basically being in Oklahoma. And R Red got a fucked up reputation for being real tough on the rules. Like they write a lot of cases and shit over there. Like, look, yeah, Tony be in South Park. Tony be everywhere in that car. That's what I was saying. You see him on the scene. Like, Tony ain't worried about saying this or nothing. He ain't worried about it physically or in real life. I'm just hoping it don't affect his numbers or affect his career because it's good to see a real man stand on that, you know. Yeah, nah, shit, Saucy D will be cool, though. You know what I'm saying? He went to TYC, went to Ferguson when he was 18, went to Beto 2 times. Just got out of state jail. I hate to say it. Larry gets state jail, and now he's doing this for right now. They sent him to All Red, but I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if he got. So he skipped. He was in transfer for a few months and went straight to the ID unit. I don't know if they did that because of who he is and his record or what. Everywhere that he's been, the COs see him and recognize him. Like they literally say, "Oh, you're that dude that was on Texas Prison Stories," and then if not, he's gonna tell them anyway. You know what I mean? Hopefully they leave my dude alone. Miss Nikki Fernandez, salute to San Antonio. We got a few people from San Antonio in here. Good afternoon, man. Big Tony, a real one. Miss Nikki, we talking about Big Tony, the Houston rapper. First one ever from Texas to come out and just say F that pedos type stuff. I don't know if it's gonna hurt his career or not. I should want to interview Big Tony. If anybody sees this and y'all know Big Tony, tell him come rock one with me. I have seen you say sitting in the pool in Playa del Carmen. That's a good place to be. It is. Bun B, shout out Bun B. Bun B, all right. I seen where he took the stand on that dude But Bun B, man, is in a whole different place right now. Bun B is a businessman. And I don't think Bun B ever claimed to be no gangster, ever. So he's all right with me. They did close Gurney down. They're sending them to Beto for the intake. Yeah, look right there. Yeah, not them. So a lot of youngsters, they got it messed up. They don't understand that them you Stone homies that they look up to don't rock with SPM. They don't understand that, right? They don't realize that nobody Tango Blast, no you Stone guys, none of that is gonna mess with anybody that's in PC. Guilty or not, guilty or not, he's out of there just going to PC. I don't know. You just gotta type in Big Tony. Shout out Donnie Houston TV. That's the dude right there, man. They got a Donnie Houston day in Houston right now, man. Say, boy, if you ain't successful, I don't know who is, Donnie. I swear, man. I had just shouted out your interview with Big Tony that you did, man. Big Tony made me laugh, right? Because he's like he was half asleep during that entire interview. But you was the first person I ever seen to even have a Big Tony interview. So that was dope. Donnie, I'm making this one asking the people, do they think that Tony just committed suicide with his career by voicing his opinion about SPM shit? You know everybody in the industry. Do you think Tony gonna be all right with this, or is he in trouble? Because he's doubled down on it. He done said a few times that he is not rocking with the man. And I know the way that I've got blowback. I know the way that people have been on my ass about it. It's gonna be it's major, and I already seen on social media it happening. So we'll see. He posted something on his IG. Donnie, you can type in. He's on Facebook. I follow Tony on Facebook. You just type in Big Tony. And he posted a post of a screenshot where he was saying something, calling him a chavala or something, which is an insult in Spanish. Then the SPM page posted something, and they wrote "you Stone" with the E. And Tony came back and said, "Leave you Stone out your mouth." And the comments went crazy. I mean, crazy. And listen, I think I'm the first one on YouTube to even talk about this, dog, because I typed in Big Tony SPM and nothing popped up. So I guess people really don't know yet. Big Tony, he's underground too, I guess. I really don't know how far Tony's reach is. I know everybody here knows about him. Everybody in H knows about him, but I really don't know like California, New York, Florida. Are they listening to Big Tony? Probably so though, because he's got some songs. I hope he will, man. Donnie, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, I hope he will. I was just telling him how complicated the industry is around here, where, and even life, period, right? I fuck with Peso. I told you that a long time ago. Peso, rock with him. Everybody rocks with Mexican OT. Shit, Big Tony, Mexican OT loves SPM, and he shouted out Big Tony in a freestyle after Big Tony diss SPM. You know what I mean? Just because one person ain't rocking with somebody don't mean they can't rock with somebody else that does rock with him. You know what I mean? Hopefully everybody has grown is what I'm saying. And this is how you feel about it. It's how you feel about it. Because I like that dude, man. Big Tony is, to me, it is what Houston's supposed to sound like. And I like that. Look, I believe it. That's crazy. Uh, Man, that's crazy. I'll tell you an SPM story, though. When he came to Texas City to do a show, it's a real true story. A bunch of people remember this. I don't think I ever talked about it, but SPM and the whole Dope House came to do a show called at a place called Billiards Emporium in Texas City, and they were rocking that thing, man. It was crowded. They had a bunch of chicks all in there, everybody, right? And they used to have a dude named Johnny Bad Boy. Johnny Bad Boy was like this Mexican on steroids. He'd take his shirt off because SPM would have some dancers for the men, some chicks, and then he'd have some dancers for the dude. Did I even say that right? He'd have a male stripper and then have some girls on there. A little bit for everything is what I'm trying to say. When Johnny Bad Boy got up there, he had on some Versace glasses. and a cat named Rocky jumped on stage. And I actually talked about Rocky on that Donnie Houston podcast interview I did too. Rocky is the one that knocked out the bull back in the day. He jumped on stage, took Johnny Bad Boy glasses off his face and started wearing them. And he was dancing up there with them, right? And all SPM and them were all Crips back then. They were all wearing blue. And Rocky was all red from head to toe, wearing his glasses. And when the shit ended, Rocky jumped off stage and kept them. And at the very end, SPM and them rolled up in the limo, rolled the window down, and he asked, "You think I can get my homeboy's glasses back?" And Rocky told him, "Hell no." And Rocky literally said, "It's my Texas Biddy blood. Get up out of here." And they got up out of there. He kept them glasses. And if anybody showed us to Johnny Bad Boy, I bet he remembers that. I know he remembers that. JoJo, what's up? Salute, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up, man. They said somebody posted earlier we had 200 people watching and like 2 thumbs up. What's up? Hit the thumbs down if you rock with that weirdo. Hit the thumbs up if you don't. Do whatever. Look, Big Tony gonna pop in that algorithm, huh? For real he is. So I don't know. Big Tony, I don't know if he got like somebody behind him putting him out, like helping finance shit, if he's doing it himself or whatever. But if he's doing it himself, he's doing a real good job. You know what I'm saying? Tony, Tony rides with 2 Desert Eagles, 357 at all times. Just one. You will get Tony arrested. Cut it out. Tony don't ride like that. Tony is legal. Tony is riding with nothing. 45 likes. All right, y'all come on with them likes, man. Get us up in that algorithm. Y'all start hitting the likes. It spreads the algorithm. Leah, do prison rules apply to the free world? They shouldn't. Hell no. Some prison rules are just free world rules too, right? Like, don't lie. Doesn't do you very much good telling on people. Like, you don't want to be the snitch at your job, right? Just like you don't want to be the snitch in prison. Mind your business at your job, just like you mind your business in prison. There's so the rules in there are common. You're not supposed to like pedophiles in there. You're not supposed to like them out here. You know what I mean? So it's just pretty much the same. They just enforce them a lot more in prison, right? There's a lot of more repercussions for violating the rules. That's a sad society, though, man. Listen, any one of us right now can go on, if that's in Texas, can go on the DPS sex offender website, type in their location, and see that these people live all around you. I mean, like, uh, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna hope you put fat people as a way of not saying white people or black people or something is what that would seem like, because I never heard of fat people, but no. So no, if you're outside living by prison rules, uh, you're burned up. You're probably like, yeah, you're tripping. You know what I mean? Look at that LB salute. Yeah, no, you shouldn't be out here living by prison rules. Not at all. And if you do go around living by prison rules, your ass ain't gonna be right back in prison. You know what I mean? So no. Shout out to the motorhome cats. Yeah, and see that's the real here's the real deal, right? Tony, if you gotta pick a side, if it's mandatory, you pick a side between Big Tony and Big and SPM. At least you don't feel guilty when you pick Big Tony. You ain't gotta explain yourself when you pick Big Tony, and you ain't gotta defend Big Tony. Yeah, he's good in the hood. That's what's up. And that's right. Look, Say if you want to be in the free world, living by them rules, you'll be in there in a year. It really is. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about living like prison, like now you can't push up on people, extorting them all in the free world. You know what I mean? You can't be doing all that bullshit. You can't. But a lot of shit, like I said, common sense, right? A lot of times you'll find people that have been in prison make better employees because they're used to following guidelines, following the program rules and shit. They might have worked in a prison factory or something. And they can work in a warehouse real fucking good, shit like that. And they know how to mind their business. A lot of times you'll find people that have been in prison, they understand respect too. Somebody bump into you at the gas station and tell you, excuse me, there's a high chance that man been in prison before because these free world motherfuckers have no respect. You literally wonder what's wrong with them. You know what I mean? I do know that's one thing I felt every time I got out that golly, this free world is a disrespectful place. Like this place is hella disrespectful. You know what I mean? People doing all kind of crazy stuff just from the way people drive, like cutting you off, road raging, doing crazy shit to want to cut you in line at the stores. This is a disrespectful world that ain't necessarily like that in prison, right? People think prison is crazy and it's violent, and sure you can get hurt, but every time you ask somebody for something in prison, you probably gonna say, "Hey, can you hand me that cup, please? Hey, do you mind handing me this?" Or you bump into somebody, guess what? It's mandatory. You just gonna out of respect say, "Excuse me, my man. Sorry, I ain't mean to bump into you." You even walk too close to a man in prison, and you're gonna say, "Excuse me," right? If you come up from behind him, you're probably gonna speak to him first, so he knows you're not creeping up on him, shit like that. So there's a high level of respect inside of prisons that people have no understanding of or could never imagine, right? Like people aren't just walking around in the day room slapping people and shit. Not like that at all. So if you can't be respectful, if you are a disrespectful human being, you got a smart mouth, you don't know when to shut the fuck up, you will be the one that have the problems in there. Is there a church in prison? Yeah. So Texas prisons, believe it or not, the big ones have some of the most beautiful prisons ever. I mean, beautiful churches ever. I do remember the church in the Walls unit. It was like a handmade wooden cathedral. It was so beautiful. It was unbelievable. Hopefully, it didn't get damaged in that big fire. Look, see. So you know what? People always tell everybody, get over it. Stop talking about it. Blah blah blah. And in my day to day life, I don't talk about prison. Right? There's never a time where I'm talking to my coworkers and shit, and we're talking about prison or anything like that. But it is fucking traumatic, and it is something that you think about always. You know what I mean? It's something that is just as, if it ain't traumatic, it's just something that becomes a part of your life, right? Maybe you didn't have any problems whatsoever. You made it through nice and cool, but you still took years of your life in this fucking concrete and still eating eating foul and doing all that shit. Rob P, what's up? Just got the admin building. That's what's up. Get the officers in. Bam. Warden's office burned straight up, huh? Lonely 504 salute. Get on some of these comments. Look, Rob P said if you can't be respectful, they got something for you. I mean, that's just common sense, right? You gotta understand who you're dealing with. If you're a bad motherfucker, that's cool. You're locked in a room full of bad motherfuckers too. Everybody's confident, right? Everybody in that motherfucker is confident, or at least gonna act like they are. Man, I appreciate that. You know what, see, Monica, the first video I ever did, I said on this channel, this is for the cats like me that had big brothers that went to prison and said it wasn't no big deal and it wasn't that bad. And for the kids that don't have no big brother, right? We all know you can go down there and be fine. You know how to act. It's cool. You can mind your business and let's unless some fluke shit happens, you can be fine. But the real truth is everybody don't know how to mind their business. Everybody don't know how to keep their mouth shut. Everybody don't know how to pay attention, read people, read body languages. Everybody can't outsmart everybody in that motherfucker. And that's really what it comes down to. Them boys be so smart and so advanced with their game. When you arrive in there, it takes a while to catch up. And if you're slow, you'll never catch up. They'll be running mental circles around you while you're worried about somebody fighting you. Right, for real. Hit that like button, y'all. Man, shout out to 20 to life. You know what? Real talk. One of them boys is on my Facebook, man. Has been for a long time. I want to say Derek. They might both be, honestly. 20 to life was, man, that was hard right there. What you talking about? How the fuck I'm going to get him locked up on a little channel and he shows him in his video? What you talking about? I missed that. Man, the comments going too fast. What you talking about? Gonzales, Texas. Okay, shout out Tech City. Yeah, you know it's Lamarck and this bitch, Lamarck Cougars. Now we are actually Tech City ISD, as crazy as that is. I think, to my knowledge, we've only had 2 school districts in the state of Texas closed down, where they literally said, y'all so pathetic, all y'all fired, everybody's gone, and we're knocking these buildings down and starting over. And that was Cashmere ISD in Houston and Lamarck ISD. That's nothing to be proud of. That's a goddamn shame. Lamarck had 5 state championship rings, one of the poorest little schools in Texas. They should have been better, man. They had guys playing football good enough to go to the league, can barely read around here. I heard it's getting much better with Texas City. Sacramento, shout out to the Sac Town. Shout out to that 916, right? That's 916, Dirty Weather 916, Nate Dogg, Big Hurt. Shout out to all them cats. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I might tap up out of here, y'all. I just wanted to see if everybody thought this was really going to hurt Tony, or this was going to help Tony, or this wasn't going to make no difference. Before I go, y'all, let me know. Do y'all think speaking out on SPM is going to help Tony, it's going to hurt Tony, or it ain't going to make no difference for Tony? Drop that in the comments real quick. Let me know. If you check this out, if you think speaking out on SPM is going to hurt Big Tony, drop a 1. If you think it ain't going to make no difference, drop a 2. If you think it's going to help Big Tony, drop a 3. Hurt 1, no difference 2, help 3. Drop that for me. 1, 2, or 3. What do y'all think? Because I'm kind of on the fence where I think it's going to hurt him. You don't think so? I just know I seen the blowback that I got, the shit that he's getting on social media right now. So I think I'm the only one that says it's going to hurt him, huh? Yeah, I might be the only one that says it's going to hurt him. There goes Juan Carlos. I think a lot of people are underestimating and don't appreciate the cult following that South Park Mexican has, and how willing they are to fight over him and for him is crazy. To the point where I've had thousands of comments where these people hate me because I spoke out on them. And it's happening to Tony, and Tony, it has a much bigger name than I do. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's like Jared from Subway type shit, for sure. Hey, y'all, hit that thumbs up for me, man. I'm finna tap out. Text Prison Story, family salute, man.